I'm on the other side. Oh, I want to check this for a second. Make sure we're working here. Are we going there? Oh, it's loading something. All right. Let's see.
3.
Can you see it? Oh, there we go.
3,
2, 1.
Hi, YouTube family!
Welcome to our live tonight. We were excited to come and chat with you guys. Let us know when you can hear us and see us so that we know that everything is working properly, and we'll go from there. We're going to try to watch the chat to make sure you guys can hear us and see us. Hi, Nathan. Hi, 84 persons. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Beth.
Let us know if you can hear us and see us. Hi, Lake Lily. Hi, Annette. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Mom of 2. Hi, Gretchen. Yay, you can hear and see us. Perfect. It always takes forever and lags a little bit for us at the beginning, so we can see ourselves but can't hear or see anything. So, hi, Cassie.
Hi, Cassie Bradley.
I'm not sure if our boys are hopping on in the other room or not, but if you see that it says that Philip English is in the chat, our boys might be tuning in to chat with you guys as well. They're awake and like to join into the chats whenever they can. We weren't sure if we were going to throw you off by switching sides tonight on the live. Philip always sits on the other side, but we switched this time. Feeling adventurous. Love you guys too. Thanks for all the I love you symbols. You guys are awesome. Hope you guys had a good day. What day is it of the week? What day is it?
What day is it?
Today is Tuesday, right? Hope you had a great Tuesday. We spent almost the whole day enjoying kind of nice weather today. The weather wasn't terrible. Working on the L-shaped bench. I hope you saw today's video to see the fabric that we put on the L-shaped sectional, which is now a 2-piece L-shaped sectional.
I think it's better 2-piece because now we can use both compartments underneath the wheel well or above the wheel well.
We didn't have any rain today. No rain today, but it was just kind of like, it was kind of chilly, but still kind of warm. It was just one of those days where you didn't necessarily want to be outside all day, but it wasn't bad. So it was a good day to get stuff done that didn't have to be done inside the camper. So
hi, Derek and Jill.
So yeah, the sectional ended up being 2 pieces. I made a little tear on the wrong spot doing the L-shaped part of the bench. And once you use the pneumatic stapler, it actually puts the fabric in nice and deep into the wood so that it's like really on there, which meant that nothing was going to pry up those staples without actually causing a hole possibly in that style of fabric that I was using. So it ended up being 2 parts, which wasn't what I had planned, but it doesn't really matter. It still functions the same way. And then I still need to do my either hinges, or I have actually another idea for how I'm going to make that to be a lift up spot. So yeah, my plan still works the same this way.
I love the bench. I love that it's 2 pieces.
Yeah.
And when you get your throw pillows on there, you're not even going to notice.
I'm excited for the throw pillows because it's not going to be that comfortable to actually put your back up against the hard wall of the camper. So I thought it would be really nice to make my own pillows to make it look more bohemian style in that area. And then have a nice cozy spot because I'm betting the dog's going to claim that spot. And the boys already noticed there was a plug back there, so they'll probably sit there with their iPads and, yeah. Happy little accident. Yeah, thanks Janie, for the support. I know a lot of people are writing, it was just a happy little accident. Sometimes those little accidents turn out to be better because it probably will be more accessible to get things underneath having it in 2 parts anyways.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of people screaming at their screens saying at the beginning, like, why are you making it 1 piece? Because we got lots of comments. But in my head, I had a reason at that time. And yeah, so.
Teresa, I think piano hinges too. I think at least on the back part, and then you don't see them at all.
Yeah. I also want to make a little, maybe thrifted leather belt little pull-ups so that the kids can just loop their finger in and pull it up. So I want to find and see if I can get some secondhand belts or something eventually to make a little loop to be able to pull those up easier. I think it'll not only add a little bit of detail to it, but it will also be functional at the same time. So, I just love Philip. Does he have an older single brother or dad?
I have an older brother, but he's not single, and my dad's still married to my mom. Aw.
He's a keeper, though.
Thank you.
Aw. Yeah, so we're working on that today, and I really wanted to get. Thanks for all the I love yous.
Queen BH from Colorado.
I really wanted to get to doing some of the upholstery on the other cushions for the dinette, just because we were kind of on a roll today. And I realized that I don't have enough foam to be able to do the seating on even one of those pieces. It's just the pieces that I have left are too narrow.
They're too thin, I think, too.
And the other foam I have is too thin. So I have some pieces that are too thin and some pieces that are too narrow. And so I'm going to probably have to order some foam. I picked up a lot of the supplies we needed to do the upholstery before stores and stuff closed. And so I'm lucky that I had any really here to do any of this work. So yeah. I probably will have to wait, but I definitely...
Darn it.
I definitely have to, get some more foam. But I think I can order that online, and it probably won't take too long to get here.
Hi, Crystal Waldeck.
Hi, Crystal. So we are going to be we are going to be starting working in the bedroom space. And I made a little error on our video today that some of you pointed out. And I said how eager you all were to find out what was going to happen in the bedroom space in the camper.
I think she meant design.
I didn't mean it that way.
She meant design.
I meant that you guys were eager to know what design elements were going to take place in the bedroom, not really what was going to happen in the bedroom space. So we will not be showing that on our video tomorrow, but we will be showing the beginning steps on renovating the bedroom space. I need to be careful what I say on the video.
VIP. We have our snacks here, too.
Snack check, dog check, Alicia Phillip check. Oh, that's so cute.
Hi, Terry Williams.
So, yeah, we are going to start working on the bedroom space tomorrow, and probably in a little bit in, side by side to working on some of the steps in the bathroom space.
Kayla.
Hi, Kayla. Dave's probably on the other side. We're going to be doing a little bit. I think Philip's going to kind of do a little bit in the bathroom space while I'm tackling stuff in the bedroom space, and kind of vice versa, because we have a lot to do in both of those spaces.
More wallpaper.
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Yeah, for sure you're laughing with me.
I've only taken 2 pieces of wallpaper off in the camper, so I've been leaving that all for Philip to do, which he's seemingly not minded to do. David Johnson's mentioning something about trash and turning into new things. We actually have a new series starting this month on our channel that I think kind of goes along with some of the questions you guys are asking about that. So stay tuned, because we are working behind the scenes to have a new series for you guys, which I'm really, really, really excited about.
Yeah, me too.
And it's going to actually involve our YouTube family a lot. So that's all I'm going to tell you about the new series. But once you see the first episode, you will understand all of what that means. And I think you guys are really going to like it. But that doesn't mean the camper is done. It's just something in addition to what we're doing with the camper.
Ron, I think either one of us are more than capable of doing the brakes and the bearings. Alicia works on cars with me all the time, so she's actually done quite a bit with cars. You can see some of that even on her YouTube. But she'll be working alongside with me if we have to pack the bearings or put new bearings in, or even and do the brakes. Brakes are definitely going to have to get done. So both of us.
And Crystal is asking if we're going to redo the countertop in the bathroom. So I actually thought when we did the countertop in the kitchen that I might have enough pieces left to be able to do the bathroom counter possibly with it, but that didn't turn out that way. And the countertop in the bathroom is actually okay the way that it is, but I still think I have a plan on what I'm going to do with it. So I might change it up, or just even restore it sort of the way that it is. But I definitely, every square inch of the bathroom needs to be done, because the bathroom we've been hiding it with the door that I made, but it's pretty bad in there. So we need a lot of work done in there. And actually the bedroom space needs quite a bit of work as well. We need to do sanding of the walls and a lot of putty filling and obviously painting. We haven't even started painting in the bedroom space.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't include any design elements on what we're going to do in there. But the bathroom needs a complete overhaul, Crystal. It's like, it needs so much work in there.
There's wallpaper in the bathroom that I was working on one little section for 3 hours, and I hate to say it, but I gave up on it. I'm gonna go back to tackling,
so boring.
But it was so boring, and it literally was like,
Yeah.
what day is it? Because I felt trapped in there, and it's so small, and I don't have claustrophobia,
Yeah.
but I was getting claustrophobic.
Standing in there for a long time is like
too much. It was too hot. But I'm gonna hit it back and hit it strong.
I'm trying to read all. I'm not making a grumpy face.
Bill, yeah,
I'm trying to
we
see.
stopped the leak. Yeah, there are no leaks in the camper whatsoever. There are some small holes on the side of the camper that we need to fill, but so far she's dry.
Annette is asking if we're going to be doing a new memory foam. We're going to be doing some upholstery and a new foam for sure in the bedroom space. The mattress that's in there is awful. So definitely either rebuilding the one that's in there and then doing a cover so we can kind of pack a full cover full, or even just getting a brand new mattress. We don't have access to a lot of things right now, and that might not be the easiest thing to get shipped here, but it's definitely something that we will be replacing. No more wallpaper. I'm just trying to make sure. Mark's asking if we gave away any more of our surprise. No, we haven't given you any more clues to our surprise yet.
We were going to during the video today, but we don't want to give it away too much, so we didn't. Or maybe we did. Hi, Doug. What day is it? Always. What day is it, Doug?
So, Jules6299 was just asking. Oh, sorry, I went to the wrong thing. Janie Foley was asking something about our boy, and we actually can't say our dog's name while we're doing our live or in our videos because YouTube has decided, because of what his name is, that they are demonetizing our video if we say his name.
Yeah, they flagged our last video.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I can't see. Thanks, Crystal. Thank you so much.
Crystal Waldeck.
They actually flagged our video to demonetize our last live that we did because of saying our dog's name. So, yeah, we're going to have to call him G. We'll call him G when we're doing the lives, yeah. So we haven't found doing the renovations on the camper to be too difficult. We haven't really come into anything that's been like frustratingly difficult.
No.
There's been some time-consuming things for sure, but we haven't really come across anything that was like, oh no, what are we going to do? Or we haven't really come across anything that we didn't expect could be a possibility that needed to be redone. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. So since you need to replace some of the walls in the bathroom are pretty much a bathroom gut, why not redo the walls with new board? Yeah, Leanne, we're definitely thinking of not pulling all the wallpaper off in the bathroom space, but just redoing the walls in there. That wallpaper is different, right?
Yeah, the wallpaper is totally different, but I did pull back a lot of the boards on the sidewalls just to make sure none of the leak went down. And the insulation is perfect in behind the boards, and the wood that I can see in behind is perfect too. So it would be a shame if I had to rip it all down. And because once you rip it down, then I'm going to have to replace all of it. So as of right now, I won't really know till tomorrow when I'm in there, and if I get frustrated and a hammer goes through, then I will be replacing it.
If in tomorrow's video you see Phil bashing a hammer, it means the wallpaper really wouldn't come off.
Which will make for a good video.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Tasha Barrett.
G. Lewinsky. Yeah, Damien P1.
Yes, thank you. So Crystal's asking about in the bathroom space. So I actually even thought about doing some type of a wall instead of having a curtain in there. But then I don't want to limit the space because it already is super small in there. So I have a couple of ideas on how we're going to make that bathroom space a little more waterproof instead of, it's just like one of those little tubs that you would sit down in. It's not really like a shower stall space. So
yeah, I don't even think you could sit in it really.
So I think that it's going to be a nice spot to like rinse off your feet if we've been at the beach for the day.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just give the kids a quick little hose down or something if we have to. But
And it's kind of cool for a tub because the shower part comes off like a handle, and if Gunner ever gets in, or G. Lewinsky, we might have just got demonetized. If G. Lewinsky needs a tub, it's good for him to go into the tub, and then we can kind of spray him down in there.
Because most options, or most times when we're traveling, we will likely be somewhere where there's sand, beachy areas, or, you know, dirt on the trails and stuff. So we will want to definitely be able to rinse the boys' feet and stuff before bed because, you know, when you travel with young boys, that's a good option to have.
Plus, no one likes to go to bed with dirty feet.
Yeah. Janie Foley's asking, is it safe for her to use, for me to get on top and use Flex Seal, or will she fall through her roof? How was it when you were up on top?
I weigh over 200 pounds, and I had no problem on my roof, and I walked all over the whole top. I think you just need to make sure that the inside structure is good, and if your wood is good, then you should be safe. But I don't want to say go up there and then something happened, but I cautiously went around the outside before I attempted to go into the middle.
And I avoided the roof. I was only up there for a second, but yeah. You were not too bad up on the roof. And Chase was up there with you at one point too.
Yeah, and Chase was up there to add a little bit more weight. Yeah. And we were fine. So you can feel the roof trusses, if that's what you want to call them, across the rib cage of the roof. Just make sure you step on those spots, and then you should be fine.
That depends on how soft your roof is too, though. But if you're just sealing it, I think you should be okay. We're going to get up there hopefully this week. I keep, in the mornings, I keep thinking, okay, today I'm going to place my order for the roof sealer and a couple things that we need for the camper. And I finally got around to doing it on Sunday, and then they were closed on Sundays. They've been giving their employees a break on Sundays, and then Monday came around and I forgot, and then I forgot to do it today again.
Yeah.
So I'll have to remind me tomorrow to do it so I don't forget.
I'll definitely remind you because there's definitely certain things that I need now.
Yeah, we're getting to the point where we need a few supplies to be able to get some things done, and we're looking at, I think, some cold weather the next couple of days. Did you say it was like the next over the weekend?
They're saying the cold front's going to come through and we might actually get snow again. So
oh my goodness,
it'd be nice to get that roof done before that. Perfect bath for the new baby, Phil. Yeah, I don't know when I'm due, but yeah, that'll be a perfect little baby bath for sure. That is too funny.
Aw.
The G-Man. Yeah, that's a cute name for him.
Yeah, we did, Kayla, all the super chats and everything were still fine from our last live. It was just, it took them about 24 hours to realize that we weren't talking about anything inappropriate when we were saying his name.
We had to appeal it.
We had to appeal it. There's a little button where you can appeal and have an actual person review the video, making sure you weren't breaking any policies. So just because of what his name is, I think they thought we were talking about things that were against YouTube policy. But all of the super chats and donations and everything were fine. It just took them about 24 hours to run any ads on it when they reviewed it. And yeah, we appealed it. They looked over it. Then they monetized it again. So we're good. But I'm just being careful that we don't make them do it again because it's kind of a pain. So yeah.
Laura Hill, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
I missed it. Where does it say?
To put a ladder across the top when you're up there for more support.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So it's crossed on the two main support parts.
Tracy Morrison says, bite your tongue about the snow thing.
Yeah. Sorry. I hope it doesn't happen. Knock on wood.
Tasha Barrett's asking, are you going to tile the other side of the kitchen, or is it just the area where the cabinets are? I think I'm going to do something else in that spot. A lot of that wall will be covered when we actually get some blinds or curtains or something in there, and I'm still deciding exactly what I want to do for that. So that space had the curtain block box, like the standard camper box on it that we took down, and the curtain rod clips and everything. And so I kind of already could see how much of that space and that wall was covered before we took it down. So I kind of know that it's not really worth putting a whole lot of time and effort into that space other than making sure the wall's nice and white, because it pretty much all gets covered. So to cut more of those tiles and get them glued all on there and cut them all to size, you guys didn't really see on the video how long it took to do all of the special cuts on the angles and around the outlets and all that. You know, we can fast track the video so you guys don't see all the boring stuff. But it was pretty time consuming to do it. So I don't really think I need to do that other wall when it's going to get mostly covered. So, but I am going to be doing the stenciling on the bottom part of the stenciled wall because you guys, a lot of you are worrying, you know, excessively that I haven't finished the bottom of that wall yet. Are you going to do, oh, I'm trying to.
Ron, yes, we haven't done an air conditioner yet, but our camper has the hookup for where the air conditioner is going to go. Yeah. So we are going to do a video when I choose what air conditioner, which will be shortly. Mm-hmm. And we're going to do an air conditioner install, just one that goes on the roof.
My attempt at rectifying fucking Thanks, Kayla.
Thanks, Kayla. You're so sweet.
We definitely need to have air conditioning.
Yeah, we definitely need air conditioning. We've traveled in some pretty hot, muggy places, and when there's at least going to be 4 of us plus a dog. It could get really hot and warm in there with especially no fans. So yeah. We're definitely going to want an air conditioner.
We've been getting quite a few comments about having a spot for the pup to sleep underneath our bed space where that little cupboard door is. So just those of you who are suggesting it, he is way too big and he will never sleep under there. He'll just sleep with us. So that space actually has an access point from the outside of the camper where we'll be able to put like fishing poles and tackle boxes and any extra supplies that don't really need to be in the interior of the camper. So we have a lot of storage underneath there. So we'll try to remember in tomorrow's video, since we are going to be tackling the bedroom space, to show how that lifts up from the bedroom spot underneath the mattress and can also be accessed from outside. It's actually so nice that we're going to have that storage space there, right?
Yeah, no, I'm loving that storage space is going to be there. And it's huge. It's as big as the bed.
Yeah.
And it's tall enough you can fit a little mini barbecue in there. Mm-hmm. And beach toys, beach stuff, maybe a little surfboard or skimboard.
Both the boys like to do like the belly boards, so it'll be nice to have that. Can you tell us what you're planning to do on the bedroom floor? What we're planning to do with it? Yeah, what we're planning to do with it. So that little like stage area that the mattress actually goes on is just where it's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? Platform. The platform that you see where the lid lifts up to get to the under storage is just exactly where the mattress lays. And then it's barely knee height. So we'll try to show it in tomorrow's video more how that is, but it's not actually a spot where you would stand on it. It's not even tall enough, I don't think, from standing on that to the ceiling. So basically I'm looking at having our heads at where the window is at the back and then our feet towards the front hole. And then we'll be able to put the mattress in there and have an idea for like headboard, walls, and everything. We're looking at doing a bunch of different things in there as well as lighting and a bunch of other kind of decor type ideas, but it's not really a floor space. That bottom base will likely just be painted white, and then we'll do stuff to decorate the rest of the space because it's not really a floor. It's just like a platform that the mattress goes on.
Thanks, William. Our YouTube family is the best, for sure. They always crack us up.
Crystal's asking, can you store more stuff on top? On top of the camper? Could we do that? Or more just at the front?
I think you could install some type of rail to strap things down on the top, but I think because it's a 1986, it's already like aerodynamically challenged. So anything that you put on top of it, and we're pulling with the FJ, which is a box on wheels. So anything you put on top is going to create some downforce and some back pressure with air, and gas mileage will just go down. So I think you could, but I don't think we're going to. If anything, we'll put like a bicycle rack on the back, maybe. I don't know.
VIP, it says, get some sponsorships for your mattress. Actually, VIP, it's really hard to get sponsorships. I know that you see a lot of YouTube channels on YouTube getting sponsorships. It's not quite as easy as it seems, especially when we live in Canada. We find that there are a lot of companies, especially if they're U.S. brands, they won't sponsor Canadian YouTubers. And then there aren't as many companies in Canada that have enough funds or access to be able to sponsor. They're a little bit behind a lot of the companies here. They kind of aren't really doing affiliate marketing and sponsorships as much as a lot of US brands, for example. So getting sponsorships for things isn't quite as easy as it seems, although that would be wonderful if there was a company that wanted to sponsor that. But we kind of just have to fit these things into our budget. Yeah.
So the air conditioner actually goes in where one of the air vents is. So the middle air vent above where the sofa, the jackknife couch is, it will come out and the air conditioner goes in. It'll come with its own gasket and seal plate, and then you just seal around it. And it screws in basically like a template. Might have to screw new holes in. I don't know. But yeah, it just goes in where the air vent goes out, AC unit goes in, and the wiring hookup is up inside the wall there. So it would be nice and clean. You wouldn't see anything.
I'll have to look up what purple mattress is. I've never heard of that before. So I'll take a look. Does my husband always smile?
I'm happy. Yeah, I try.
We're both pretty happy all the time, so it's easy. I'm trying to make sure we don't miss any questions. Usually it goes by so quickly that we don't get to see it. So if you are asking a question and we miss it, just write it again, because sometimes it goes by too quickly and then we don't actually get to see it. So doing another wood quilt headboard would look good. Yeah, I'm looking at I have an idea of what I want to do for the headboard. So you have to wait and see. Guess you'll need more patrons. So Damie P1 says we could use a patron page. We actually don't have a patron page. All of the content that we have on our channel is free. We have our membership program. We have people that donate for our super chat, and then we also have our revenue that we do. So it's not something that we thought we needed to start. If there's people that wanted to donate to our content, we think they would just get a hold of us and be able to do that rather than actually starting a page for it. So yeah, we appreciate all the super chats and stuff that you guys send. It helps us. We put all of that towards our content, but at this time we don't have a Patreon page.
Thanks, Sandy Patterson.
Thanks,
nice.
Hope. Yes, Laura Hill's asking, do we have a P.O. box for fan mail? Yeah, so if you go to the About section on our channel, there's an address there that you can send mail to. It's right just at the top of our channel. It says like videos, community, about. So you just click there. And then if you're unsure, you can send an email to AliciaEnglish@Hotmail, and I can send it to you there if you can't find it on the main page. We've been getting lots of questions about that this week.
And we do. And a lot of our YouTube family send us emails and send us pictures of their projects that they're doing. And we read every single one and we comment back because we love seeing that stuff. And a lot of YouTube family members send us stuff that they've done campers already. So it's kind of given us a vision of what we kind of want to do too. Super awesome. So yeah, if you do want to send us mail, we love to see it and love to read it.
So fun. A couple months ago, one of our YouTube family members sent me a whole bunch of stencils to use for one of the projects.
Yeah.
And we've had some people send me little items that they think I can upcycle into things, which is really exciting. Or even a couple emails this week, people wanted to send things they think we could add to the kitchen space, for example, in the camper, which is pretty exciting. So we love that you guys always think of us. That's really nice.
Thank you, Janie.
Did you see my Insta message, guys? 84 persons. What does your name come up with on Insta? If I didn't reply, I might not have got to it if you sent it yesterday or today, because I've been trying to get work done and ignoring my phone. Sometimes I don't get work done if I have my phone. We actually haven't. What do you get? Are you getting? Distributing hitch. You will really need one. Yeah, we'll look into that, Ron. I'll put that on the list. You like how Canadians say about. Oh, are you getting... You got Groot. Groot's getting so big it won't fit in the frame. Can you move it back? Here, watch. You move over and I'll move Groot back. Groot's getting lots of new leaves.
I could just do the commentary for Groot.
This was the new leaf I showed you guys the other day. And it is tripled in size in the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 days.
Even the height of Groot is huge.
I know. All of these new leaves that were super bright, like maybe about a week ago, are now huge, and I'm getting 2 more at the bottom and another baby at the top. I keep checking Groot because it's getting so big. Yeah. I'm quite happy I haven't killed Groot yet. I've been obsessing over making sure that he's being properly cared for because I really have been enjoying my fiddle leaf fig. Watching you from Daytona Beach. Oh, that's awesome. It's 2:30 in the morning in England. What are you doing awake, Sarah? Hi, Megan. Likes don't cost a thing. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, so I'm looking at using a lot of the colors in the fabric that I showed you guys today on the video. I'm looking at doing some hand embroidery or even doing my own patterns on some of those pillows and making them into more of a bohemian style, which is something different because I don't do embroidery or really a lot of hand sewing or anything at all, or really any at all. And so I think it's a little bit of a challenge for me. And I think once I get started, I'll get into adding and making them kind of look the way that I want. Oh, sorry, my knee is in your way.
Me too.
We're both trying to sit the same way with our leg up on a chair, and it's not fitting in the screen. Yeah, so I'm looking at doing some of that, and I think I might even do some like corner tassels on some of the pillows, because normally I would probably purchase some pillows and just, put a little bit in the budget to get some that are already made, just because these will probably take me a long time. But since I can't get at the stores, I'm going to have to make my own, and I have some ideas on how I want them to look. So I'm excited for that. Looks like huge spinach leaves.
It does look
I
like
thought
huge
if I
spinach
gave
leaves.
it a name, then I would take better care of him. So his name is Groot. Yes, Groot will need his own sleeping spot for sure. So check out. Yes, I'll look at some of the names. I'm going to write down some of the names you guys are suggesting for mattresses. So I appreciate your expertise, because I don't even know where to look for a mattress for the camper. And it has this weird cutout right in front of the bathroom door there. So I definitely have to have something that I can, make use of that space. Otherwise, it'll stick out in the hallway.
Teresa P., how big is your 1976 camper? I want to know.
Yeah, we want to know. So ours is 24 feet?
24 and a half. 24.5, yeah.
Yeah, Rochelle, I think I'm going to try to do some type of macrame. Oh, you love machine. I thought it said macrame embroidery. I was like, oh, I'm going to try to do that. I think machine embroidery sounds a lot easier than macrame embroidery. I read that wrong. I want to make mine look very bohemian. So, do we have a name for the camper? We have not picked a name for the camper, but I think we do have a runner-up.
I think we have a name.
Yeah.
Day Chaser is the best name that I've heard so far, and I'm loving the name Day Chaser.
Yeah.
Puts our kids in the name of the camper, and it is kind of what we do, is we chase constantly.
Yeah.
And some of Elisha and I's favorite thing to do when we're out camping and when we're exploring is we make sure we get up and we watch the sunrise, and we try and see as many sunsets, depending if we're in the east or in the west, as many as we can. And we've seen so many.
Yeah. And
it is one of our favorite things to do is actually fly the drone in the AM and try and get some really nice shots of the sunrise and sunsets.
When we did a 2-week tour in a Winnebago of the East Coast, it was the most amazing thing ever. The kids were a couple of years younger, and Nan and Papa were with us. And so Philip and I snuck out of the Winnebago early in the morning before the sun came up and went and sat on the beach and flew the drone up and took some shots and just relaxed. And it was the most amazing ever.
Yeah.
So it's something that we really like to do. And one of our sons' name is Chase, and one of our sons' name is Day. And then we also have the dog's name, which I'm not going to say, but it ends with an So we think like Day Chase is like a great name to have for the camper, I think. So far, I think we're stuck on Day Chaser.
And one of our YouTube family members suggested it, and as soon as I saw it, I was like,
he hasn't let that one go yet. So, yeah.
I love it.
We think it's pretty good so far. And we also think it kind of ties in with our compass that we did, just with chasing dreams, and kind of goes along with everything that we're kind of trying to do. So I think that will be awesome.
You can fly your drone in Canada. You just need a flight number ID for your drone. You need to take a $50 course online, and then you just call ATC, Air Traffic Control, before you send your drone up and make sure there's no planes in the area. So it's a little bit of a headache, but it's doable.
Yeah. Yeah, Davey P1, I definitely need to get some Velcro. I found some cheapo stuff I probably have from a thrift store or a discount store in the craft room, but it's not probably the best stuff, and it's probably been in there for a long time. So I need to get some better Velcro to use, because I need to put some in a couple spots on the camper. And I actually saw a couple little camper hacks that I definitely want to use Velcro for. So it's something I need to order. I don't have any on hand, so I'm definitely going to get some, because I think there's some pretty cool like things you can do just to keep things in place in the camper. Phil's cousin Steph was sending me some pictures online of some sneaky ways people use Velcro in campers. So I'll probably show you guys what I'm gonna do. Kayla said drone.
Dave has a drone. Me and Dave can race our drones.
Oh gosh. I'm just trying to read what it said. I like Day Chaser. Yeah, I think you guys collectively like Day Chaser. So,
thanks, Autumn McLean.
Purple mattresses are about 200 pounds. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'm not exactly sure, but how about painting the ceiling in the bedroom space a peaceful night scene so that would be really cool. That would look really neat. I have some ideas, but that sounds really cool too. Command strips are the best. Yes, I have to get some. So these are kind of things I don't really keep at home all the time. So as stores started to close, I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't really know what I'm going to need in the camper. And hopefully I'll be able to get some stuff. If not, I will just place an order online for some things. Definitely in the bedroom space, though, I know that I need to do some type of stenciling, whether it be in the bedroom space or in the in the bathroom space, because the walls in there would be very, very plain if I didn't do something on those spaces. So, yeah, I have some neat ideas of what I'm going to do. Brianna says she loves the colors in the camper. Yeah, so when I think the colors show up a little bit more
they're a little
fall-like in the on the camera, it's really hard to get really good daylight in the camper right now when we don't have other lighting in there to really show. I think they're looking a little more vibrant than they really are, like in real life. Like the coral looks
not
very
so
orangey.
Like in your face when you're in the camper.
So hopefully as we get a little bit of warmer weather and a little bit more like morning sun into the camper, I'll be able to really show you guys more what those colors look like. Because even today I was like, that green in real life looks like the cupboard green. It doesn't look like Crayola green marker green like it did in the clip. So it's kind of hard to see. So we have a lot of white painting to do.
Yeah, we do.
There's
do have
so
a
much
bit.
white painting still to do in the camper.
And it's so boring to watch. Not boring for us because in the end you get to kind of see a finished product, but a lot of the overhead compartments, they all have to get finished painted white.
The door covers.
The door cupboards, and then a little bit on the inside, so when you open it, it doesn't look like it's not painted.
Sharon Gale says, when you're on your road trip, look for Bigfoot.
I do.
We do.
Everywhere I go, I'm looking for Bigfoot. He's kind of my people.
The one time we were traveling, I forget where we were going, and I was like, stop the truck! Because on this little side rock cliff, there must have been a bear or something up on its hind legs.
It was definitely a bear.
I was like, I swear I just saw Bigfoot. It looked like the silhouette and everything. It was so funny. So we joked about it for the whole rest of the week that I saw Bigfoot.
Though.
We did. He stopped to look because it must have been a bear cub or something up on its hind legs, and it just from how quickly you go by, you like, wait a minute, did I see Bigfoot? And then we were in the pine treed area roads, and it was pretty.
We've come across some pretty amazing animals when we're on our trips because of the FJ. We take it into the backcountry and take it on quad roads. And we've had big bull moose come step out in front of us. Bears, we've come in contact. Hiking, we've came in contact with bears before. So you never know, right? Maybe there's a Bigfoot out there.
He needs to find his ancestors in the trees. So Tracy said she used the thick foam mattress with the zipper cover. Yeah, so I was thinking the mattress that was in there is not great, but it's not terrible, but it's like kind of terrible. So I thought even if we got one of the extra thick pillow covers, we could actually put it on top and then zip it into a new mattress cover or something. If we didn't get a completely new mattress, or if we couldn't get one right away, because I don't know where we can get one, without being able to go out shopping for things. I don't think I want to pay to have a huge mattress shipped necessarily at this time. We'll have to see. I have a couple different options if we can't get to things right away, but definitely needs to be replaced like completely eventually. You putting some wave inverter in. Do you know what that is? Sine wave inverter and Ron Painter. Solar panels, I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to do any solar panels on this camper, but we have a project that we want to do down the road. We just have to wait and see kind of like how our content goes and revenue for our channel over the next couple of months to see if we can do one of the ideas that we want to do moving forward.
Yeah.
Which definitely involves solar panels, but I don't think we will on this camper. Just, I mean, it's a super old camper, and the cost to do solar panels on this particular project just wouldn't really be in the budget.
But we're hoping maybe the next project, not to give too many hints away, that there's going to be some solar involved.
Yeah. You just have to kind of see, like, as things go, how you can do bigger projects for sure. Vintage Vibes asking, where did I get this foam for my seating? So I actually got it at Lens Mills in London, Ontario. I got it several weeks ago, just before all the stores were closing. I went and picked up all the fabric that you see in the videos as well as some foam, but I didn't get enough. I didn't know how much I would need. I was in a super rush just trying to get there before stores were closing, and yeah, I was lucky that I kind of got any at all, but it was about $12, I think, for that big piece that you saw me cutting, and they were on clearance. So I think they're originally like $36 on for $12.
Yeah, Kayla, no, you don't need to thank us. It needed to be cleaned. It was gross, but now it looks beautiful,
Yeah.
and to cook off of it and eat something off of it, it's nice.
Yeah, I'm happy that we actually didn't paint it.
I'm really happy. It's stunning when you walk in, and
I
it's like
bought-
the original 1986. It looks, yeah.
I bought the white heat paint for it. I bought a couple cans. I think I even bought 3 cans, expecting that I was going to want it white. And then once the kitchen started coming together, I thought, well, this is just silly to put this with the white enamel paint because it doesn't go on that smoothly. It doesn't go on as seamless as I would want it to. And so I thought I could not ruin this, but I could ruin this by putting the paint on it, because even just using the heat spray paint on the fan, the overhead fan, it did drip a little bit on the one side, and then I had to do a few extra coats to make it look smooth, which I really wasn't that happy with. It was pretty watery coming out.
Yeah.
No matter how much I shook it, I don't think it would have applied onto the stove as nicely as I would want it to. Just being a bit of a perfectionist, I think it would have bothered me that it probably wouldn't have been that flat.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy, and I do love things that are vintage, and so since it is an original stove in there and it's working, it's in great condition, it just doesn't make sense to restore it any further than we did.
It still needs a little bit of work, like when you look up at it close, there's some pitting that I really want to take some steel polish to it and get it really shiny.
Yeah.
And I think once I do that, it'll be perfect. But it looks amazing.
Yeah,
it's definitely 100 times better than it was.
Kayla Faircloth says white was a no-no for the stove.
Yeah,
I had my vision was that the stove and the fridge would be white, and that I would just do the handle on the fridge, the gold, the same as the hardware, and that everything would kind of tie in that way. Yeah. But then as I started getting things on in there, and the gold hardware wasn't as gold as I thought it was going to be, and we kind of decided that since the faucet and the sink were in great condition, there was no point in changing those from silver to anything else. Had they been broken, I would have changed the faucet and sink to gold, and then it just sort of came together. So I'm happy with that it's now just silver.
Yeah.
It's super clean now. Like, it looks really good. And we even, the inside of it didn't look like anyone ever cooked in it.
No, it looked spotless.
Yeah.
They clearly only used the burners on top.
Yeah. With a foam attached, the LC, will it open without hitting the wall? Yeah, so I actually have another idea of how we're going to open and shut that, and I think the stuff that we're going to store in that isn't really going to be stuff that we're going to be accessing all the time. Not like, I'm not going to put things in it that the kids are want to get out all the time. I'm thinking like first aid kit, survival type stuff that we probably won't access all the time. There isn't a whole ton of room behind there because of the wheel well. Like, there's a very narrow spot in the front, and then just where that tiny box is where the L ended up having to get cut. So that can open pretty easily. You just have to lift it up. I'll probably put a little hinge there, but the back part, it really doesn't have any room to store a whole lot. So it's not something that you're going to want to open, every day or even every few days to get something out of it. It's kind of like a permanent storage spot. So, yeah. Right? Like, it's not something we're really going to want to...
No, like maybe a little medic kit inside, and then just some maybe...
extra flashlights or...
Yeah, towels or whatever, like something that
spare
can be
stuff
squished in there.
Yeah, or even just like extra bedding and stuff that isn't going to be on the beds maybe every night, just extra warm stuff or something that we don't always need. But I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss any.
With the foam attached. Yeah, so we thought about that. Yeah, so I think with the piano hinges underneath, it isn't going to be lifting up high, right?
No.
So I don't think we don't really need it to lift up all the way. And with the little one that now it can come up, or we can hinge it however we want, you can access that whole part from that front part too. So
our boys have designated themselves some spots in the camper that they want to put some of their things, and I have some storage solutions to be able to put into the camper so that a lot of the stuff that they're going to want to access all the time is right there for them. I have made a little list for each kid of stuff that they want to have in the camper and be able to get it out all the time. So,
Hi, Walter, 1979. We love Chetty Camp, Cape Breton.
Oh, anywhere. We like to go there. Yeah, Vintage Vibes. We're pretty proud of the camper so far. This is the first camper rental that we've done, and it's kind of turning out exactly how we envisioned that it would do. Like, we're really happy with the way that it's coming together.
Yeah.
And it's hard to envision when we first got it and it was just this ugly brown box. To think like how far it's come in only about 35 days of working on the camper. It's really, really coming together because we're working for several hours every day on the camper. So this isn't without a lot of hard work, but we're really proud of how it's turning out so far. And I think as we start adding in a lot of the elements of the boho style that we're wanting and the bedding and all the pillows and everything, it's really going to start to come into, how you want to have it.
We were there.
Oh, we were there. Yeah, we were there.
I was saying that.
You're showing me where we were, yeah. We also need to build the table. We need to be able to make that table to be able to lower, to go flat in that area to make the bedding spot for Dayton. And I think we're going to order the lowering kit to be able to do that.
Yes.
And then we're going to build the tabletop. So we have a couple different ideas on what we want to do for the tabletop, but
I want to do a live edge.
Philip would love to do a live edge piece.
I want to find a nice piece of slab that's big enough that we can have it and design it so it'll fit right down as a bed.
Yeah.
It would be sweet.
Laura Hill, Chase, and Dayton, their new games right now are like word games like Scrabble, and they like Yahtzee and Monopoly. What other board games are they super into right now? Oh my gosh. They love all board games. Our boys love to learn how to do different games and stuff. So luckily they're like a little bit off the Monopoly kick because that was taking hours out of our life playing Monopoly.
They're not really though.
It's just we're like, let's play this instead.
Yeah, if we fed into it, the Monopoly would be their number one choice every game, but it takes 8 hours to finish.
Yeah. Megan from Glue Guns and Roses is asking, do we decide what color shutters we want to do for the house?
As funny as that is, we were thinking, or at least I was thinking, I don't know if Alicia's totally in on it, I was thinking not a color, and I was thinking maybe white and blend it in to the house, and then do accent colors somewhere else, but I'm colorblind, I don't get to choose the colors, so... maybe that's not even an option.
There's a house that we saw like a long time ago. We drive by it every once in a while, and it's a white house, and it's completely seamless, and it's just got white shutters on the white house, and then they just have accent colors on the door. And they have a black roof. And every time we drive by, Philip's like, oh, I need that house. I'm like, we have that house. Our shutters are just a different color. So I think we might possibly do them white, as silly as that seems. We think that if we just take them off and remove them so we have no shutters, which would be a lot easier, and it doesn't really matter. They're not functional. They're just a decor element. But I'm worried that when we take them off, that the siding color might be a different color behind, might be a different shade of white of the siding, just that it'll look newer underneath. And so I'm not really sure. If we can get those down and they're not discolored, we may just actually leave the shutters off. I'm not sure yet. But yes, I need to look for a starburst clock. I really want to... Oh, you sent me a link for some on Wayfair. Okay, perfect. I'll take a look. I really want a small starburst clock to be able to put right between those two cupboards that are in the kitchen.
The very front of the camper.
Front of the camper. There's the two upper cupboard doors. There's a space in the middle of that, and I want a starburst clock for there. I looked on Etsy. They were all too big for the space. I looked on Amazon. They were all too big for the space. So, yeah, I'll have to check the links that you sent because I haven't been able to find one that I was looking for yet. Definitely need a gold starburst clock for there.
It needs to be the right one.
It has to be the right one, yeah. Can't wait for the dining room table conversion. Yeah, so I'm excited about that too, Lorraine. It's one of the projects that I kind of wanted to do from the beginning, but since we can't access materials as readily available as usual, it's been one of those projects that, although I would have wanted to do that right away when we built those seating benches, we've had to kind of postpone some of
We
the
are
things.
looking for countertops right now. So as soon as we find the right one, then
the tabletop.
the tabletop, not the countertop. As soon as we find the right one, it would be nice if it was unfinished because we like doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just looking for the perfect unfinished cut piece, and then we'll be displaying that.
Yeah. We're not going to tell you the answer to this surprise.
Who's asking?
There's a couple comments. I think I just saw them like briefly as they went by. So we're planning on sharing the news of our surprise the third weekend in May, right?
Yeah,
about the third weekend in May. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll know. So. I'll know exactly what day. Probably later next week. I'll be able to tell you exactly what day I can share with you. But yeah, we're not going to tell you. You can watch for clues in the videos or something if you want to, but I'm not going to tell you the answer.
Yeah, DIY Mummy did just buy an RV. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. I was just talking to her on Instagram. She's going to be starting her renovation on that one soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So stay tuned for hers because that'll be super cool.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
DIY Mummy is actually in Canada also, which is super fun.
I think she's out west, I believe.
Yeah. She said she loves watching our trailer videos with her and her husband bought an RV. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, Miss Barrett. Yeah, I was talking to her, Christina, just last week on Instagram.
Her previous camper that she did is gorgeous.
It's amazing. Yeah. It's interesting to see like the different styles too, where like hers was very like black and white and it was just very like put together. It's just amazing. Like she did such a good job and she has such a good eye on the design and how she wanted the camper to look. And then you can see other styles online. So it's so neat to see everyone's spin on what their dream camper would look like. So I'm so curious to see what she's looking at for this newer camper that she's going to do because she's already done one. So she has some expertise that we didn't have starting our camper series, which is super fun, which makes me want to do like 12 more campers because I can think of like decor themes for a lot more campers. Philip's like, no more campers.
No. I'm enjoying this one completely. And there might be one right after shortly. I don't know. So maybe not as big, but yeah, I'm loving it.
Super fun. If you give us the clock measurements, we can look. Yeah, I'll have to measure tomorrow. I'm going to write it on my list here to remember to measure it because I've been looking for the right size, but I think I did measure it. I think I need to be under a foot on both sides, which was really hard to find a Starburst clock. So,
hi, Alexandra Marcias.
Hello.
Yes, we're adding a TV for sure. There's got to be a TV for those long, rainy weeks that it just never ends. Sometimes you just got to put a movie in and just chill out for a couple days. So there'll definitely be a TV in there. We're thinking we're going to put it on a swivel on the wall, on the bedroom, and then it can swivel into the living room. We don't know yet. We're not quite sure. I think we'll know more once we get... That's like a finished product kind of thing when the camper gets done, and then we'll get all the electronics. I also want a stereo in there, but yeah.
We also... someone's asking where do we want to go first. We really, really want to go back to the East Coast. We went a couple of years ago, and we absolutely loved it. We love being near the ocean. The boys love looking for creatures. It's just like a really calm, like relaxing place for us to visit. So we just absolutely love it there. So I think our first trip will definitely be summer within Canada. We were hoping to go this summer in July out into the East Coast. But just due to world issues, I'm not exactly sure if we're going to be able to do that or not. So yeah, we're going to have to play it by ear.
Yeah.
I could maybe try to make a Starburst clock, Glenda. I'm having a hard time being able to get materials to do a lot of like the little DIYs that I want to do. We've been trying to not have things delivered to the house as much as possible. Like unnecessary stuff that we don't really need at that exact moment. So it's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, oh, do I really need to do this right now? Or can I wait a couple weeks and see if we can get out and about in a bit to get a few things or
So when we went down to Cape Breton, we actually did
You can guess if you think you know.
We started in New Brunswick, and then we went to PEI. We drove the whole coast to PEI. Then we took the ferry from PEI over to Nova Scotia. Then we literally stayed, and we started at one end of Nova Scotia, and we followed the coastline and did the tours all along Nova Scotia. And then we went on to the islands and stayed over on Briar Island for a bit. Mm-hmm. And then we came back. We did... we went interior Nova Scotia a couple times, but mostly stayed on the coast of Nova Scotia. But we drove the ocean line and visited every wharf and port we possibly could. It was amazing. We
also stopped at every thrift store, antique, any type of market we could get our hands on from here all the way through for 2 weeks. It was pretty awesome. What scroll saw would we recommend for use of beginners? I have
basically the beginner version of the scroll saw.
I have the basic beginner. Mine's actually a Dremel brand. It was Phil's mom's actually. She didn't really use it that much, and I was learning and doing different tools, so she said you might as well use this. And I use it for everything. Yeah. I love it. It's my favorite tool in the shop. You probably hear me mention that on the channel. I've made so many cool things with it. I have hundreds of ideas and other cool things I could make with it. Every time I have an excuse to use the scroll saw, I do. Actually, I'll give you a clue. One of the new items that I'm going to put in our Etsy shop for merch is actually something that I'm making on the scroll saw, which I'm excited about. Super easy to learn how to use, and it's fun. Once you get the hang of it, it's a super fun tool.
Alexandra, I say go for it. If it's something that you really want to do, we're proving to ourselves that it's possible to do even on a small budget, and we're trying to keep our budget as low as possible. Yeah, as small as possible, and it's coming out beautifully. So if you really want to do it, I say go for it.
Yeah.
And send us pictures while you're doing it. What did the boys write?
Oh, you can say what... Oh, their boys are teasing you about the surprise. They said, you can say what you think the surprise is, but we won't tell you what it is. That was from Chase and Dayton. So Chase and Dayton, it says Philip English on the chat. So that's our boys.
So if you guys want to say hi to Chase and Dayton, they're online right now.
Stephanie Joe Roundtree is asking, have we thought about a projector and screen that rolls up and disappears as opposed to a TV?
That would be super cool, and then you could take it outside and have movie nights when you're in the middle of nowhere. But I think we're just thinking a little TV. When we're out and we're camping, we're exploring. We're always either by the ocean, going in the ocean, looking for creatures, or going on hikes and getting lost for 8 hours, which has happened before. So we're always out in the woods or in the water. So the only reason for a TV would be for those rainy long days where the kids are bored of the games and it's too dark to read. So
yeah, we were when we were in the Winnebago that we rented for 2 weeks. I think 4 nights out of the 2 weeks we were gone, it was raining, and the boys were tired, but they still weren't ready for bed kind of thing, and they just kind of wanted to lounge and just watch a movie or something. So we actually picked up some DVDs at some of the thrift stores we had hit.
Yeah,
just videos they hadn't seen for $1 or $2, and they had fun watching those. There was one already in the RV, so yeah, it was a nice thing to have. We don't watch TV here. We don't even watch cable or anything. So it's not like our kids really need the screens, but it's nice to have it just as a change of pace when you're traveling.
And when it's storming and it's really dark and it's soothing and it's easier for the kids to fall asleep, sometimes even having that white noise on in the background when you're in the middle of nowhere is nice.
Brickhouse, we actually did buy a radio. We have one playing often when we're doing the renovations in the camper, but we can't play the music in the background when we do the video editing on YouTube. So yeah, we have a radio right now, but we want to get something also better for when we're actually traveling with it. We just have a little battery operated radio just to have some tunes going while we're working out there without having to run any hydro.
Megan, I agree with you. I think a projector in the backyard would be so amazing. You could have your own little drive-in kind of theater. It would be so fun.
The boys are all about having campouts.
Yeah, they could sit on the trampoline and watch a big movie. That'd be cool.
So fun. Our trampoline that we have in the backyard was the best $100 we ever spent. We got it secondhand. from a family who said her kids had just outgrown it. They were maybe like 14 or something when we bought it from them. I think it was $120 actually.
Yeah, it was.
And I brought it home, and it was one of those things where the kids weren't really that interested in the pool we had gotten in the backyard, and they have tons of other things to play with back there. They're not like swing set climber kind of kids, and I thought, let's just get them a trampoline. I thought it would be super fun, and they will go on it every single day after school. They'll come home and hop on the trampoline. They go on it all year round. They love it. It's like the best thing we ever spent money on. They still use it. They love it. I was gonna say his name. Now our dog just barks at him when they're jumping on it. He thinks it's pretty great.
Yeah, he goes underneath and tries to get him with his nose.
Yeah.
Or
he goes underneath it, and the boys don't. When they're jumping, it almost gets them underneath the trampoline. Yeah, we love it. I think ours is 14 feet across. Yeah, we have a big one. The boys do practice flips and all kinds of things on it. It's super fun.
So do I.
So does Philip.
I do all my flipping out in the backyard.
Super fun. Have we thought about sinking the trampoline into the ground for a nice visual? Yeah, I think I just said that last week or the week before. I said I thought it would be cool if we put the trampoline flat on the ground.
I
actually saw some really neat ponds that people had built, like kind of pool ponds along the one side, so the kids could jump from the trampoline into the pond space, but apparently we're not doing that.
Well, that would be amazing. It would make a mess, but that would be amazing.
Michaela's asking if we plan on installing an awning. Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. An awning is a must for us. I was kind of sad that the camper that we found didn't already have an awning on it, because I know it's going to be either a really complicated DIY or probably an expensive addition to put the awning on. But an awning is an absolute must for our family, so we will be doing that. Do we get a lot of black flies in our area?
Not here,
really.
But where we camp, or usually when you're in the woods, you'll get swarmed by black flies or horse flies. Definitely, there's wherever we go, there is. In Canada, there are tons of horse flies and black flies.
We're in Ontario.
Yeah, but even East Coast had tons of flies.
Yeah. So when we get into the bedroom space tomorrow, we're going to be working on that, and then I'm hoping that we have the supplies that we need to do the rest of the bathroom. I would keep calling it the kitchen space. Bathroom space. I've been in the kitchen so long and keep thinking about the kitchen. And then hopefully by that point, the stuff that we need to actually finish the dinette is accessible, because there's really nowhere right now where I can get the items that I need to make the mechanism without ordering it. And a lot of those stores are closed. So right now we're looking at finishing the bedroom space. I really, really want to order all of the bedding and stuff that I want to use inside the camper, but because there's a lot of closures, the store that I want to get things from, I can't. So
they won't
deliver to where we live, which is really silly because we only live a few, not even that far away. So there's a few things that we want to do in the camper or get for interior of the camper to finalize things once we get all of the renovations done that we're having, we might have to wait on a few things. So we're going to work on a few other things this month for content on our channel, as well as the camper renovation.
Right.
So we want to know.
So to answer Laura.
Yeah, Laura's asking, when are we going to start the raised garden beds? So we called yesterday to price out the lumber that we needed for the raised garden beds. And
oh my gosh.
I think.
Hold on. My husband accidentally fell in our pond yesterday. I'm just picturing it as I've been there. I've done it. I've fallen in.
Oh no. So Laura, when we called to actually price out the wood yesterday for what we need to make
Good night, Wanda.
4 or 6 raised garden beds in that back space, it's going to be about over $600 without taxes just for the lumber. And then that's not including the soil and the seeds and everything we need to actually plant the garden. We did not expect that the raised garden beds were going to cost quite that. I don't think we had any idea it was going to cost us quite so much to be able to do that. It's definitely something that we want to do. We just have to make sure that a couple of the exterior projects that we want to do, that we can fit them all into the budget that we have for exterior projects. Because $600 in lumber just to do raised garden beds, I'm not sure I can justify it.
It still might happen.
Oh, yeah.
It still might happen.
I didn't order it. I just said, this is what I need. I'll call you back. I just couldn't take the plunge to hit the green light until I kind of knew, if we were going to do it for sure or not.
I think it's going to happen for sure. Kind of.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Like,
I didn't know it was going to be so much to have the raised garden beds. I didn't know. I thought it was going to be around $60 each garden bed. The way we want to do it, it's going to be 100, 130, 140 each garden bed or more.
We're just using all it is the reclaimed barn board. It's not cedar or even good boards. It's just the least expensive boards we can get to be able to make the garden beds 2 feet high all the way around. So it's do one bed at a time. Yeah, we will definitely be relooking at the design choice that we had and seeing if we can fit it into the budget. So. That's
what we were thinking, maybe do 4 this year and then 4 next year. And then a couple years down the road, we'll have a beautiful raised garden bed.
And a lot of people were suggesting using pallet wood. And pallet wood is great. You can use pallet wood, but I don't know if you've ever taken apart a pallet, but it's incredibly difficult. They're built to last. And so although we could probably find a couple of them to at least get us started, often the pallets that we find around here are blue or yellow, and they're all picked up like with deposits and stuff. So it isn't something that I want to go around thieving, companies' pallets.
Yeah.
So
and they're like Alicia said, we tried to do a pallet backdrop once, and we worked on it for weeks trying to get the pallets apart, and it was just impossible. Those things are built rock solid for a reason. And they're very difficult. And the pieces that we did get off, they were just worn out, gross. Yeah. Not that you need anything pretty, but for the size of garden bed and the size of garden that we need, we just wouldn't get enough wood for the pallets that we would have.
Yeah. We do have quite a big garden space to do, right? So there's a lot of things that we can plant that we don't really need to have in the raised beds. But then we do need at least 4 good-sized raised beds to plant the stuff that we want to grow in there to make sure that it's not going to get trampled. And, pallets are awful to pull apart. That's the problem.
Yeah, Carrie Davidson from Mississauga. Yeah, that we have that priced in too, right? So for all the pallets and all the wood that we need for our raised garden beds, you have to fill it with good soil for gardening. So that's
another few $100s.
When you want good soil, and when we use good soil and topsoil for our gardens without the raised garden beds, we know it's expensive. So when you have to fill a couple feet by however long, then it gets really pricey. Not that we still probably are going to do it.
Sometimes it's hard to justify when all of a sudden you have an idea and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to cost 2 times or 3 times as much as we thought it was going to cost to do it. So we also have a lot of things that we need to do still for budget-wise for the camper and our front screen porch that we're doing and a bunch of other projects that we're doing for our channel this month. So we have to be careful what we spend just to make sure we can keep everything in budget, right?
Yeah.
But we definitely still want to do raised garden beds, so it's kind of one of those things. We'll have to see if we can swing all of it. But yes, there are garden bags.
Sue.
Thank you. There are garden growing bags and other options of things we can get. I know some people are sending me pictures of like horse troughs and a bunch of different really cool ideas and using railroad ties and stuff. It's just really hard to be able to get materials reclaimed like we normally would get for things. So
thanks, Michelle.
This is also the time of year where we would normally do like townwide yard sales and thrifting and finding a lot of like reclaimed materials, which we can't go out and do. So it's making it a little bit challenging to complete some of the projects that we really want to get to when we can't do them how we normally do them.
There is a farm down the road from us, and the whole farm uses these industrial ductile pipes. And they're like the corrugated Big O, and it's all raised and it's all above ground, and it looks amazing. But again, still, I don't know where we would get that stuff right now. But it's super cool idea and something I've never seen before.
It looks amazing. And it looks like they don't have any weeding to do.
They have no weeding.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and every corrugated pipe has its own plant, which is ideal.
Yeah. Jamie Foley also just brought up a good point about the pallets is that they're not food safe because they all have a lot of the protective coats on them, so it's not the best thing to grow your food in anyways. Yeah. Yes, Tracy, the world is a little bit on hold right now, but that still means that we still have to make a revenue for our family and be able to still make content for our channel because this is our income. So it does make things a little bit challenging. Alicia, what is the coldest temperature outside you can paint? It's a dining room table.
They want you to paint 10 degrees and higher for cooler settings, but
we live in Canada.
Yeah, so we've painted in 2 degrees before, and it just took a little bit of time to set.
Mm-hmm.
But any colder than that, then you have the chance of possibly the paint not curing properly at all, or freezing. And also what we've noticed before is wind plays a huge factor. So although it could feel like it's 5 degrees, if you have cold wind coming through, it could wreck your cure time and the curing process where you get bubbles or clumps in your paint. Also, a good quality paint. If you have to paint outside when it's cold, make sure you have a good premium paint where you'll have a better chance at it curing. That's, I guess, the best that we can suggest.
Yeah. It's difficult. So, for example, the clear coat that I put on the kitchen cabinets, it dried too quickly because of the wind. The temperature was okay, but the wind dried it way too quickly and it bubbled. So, yeah, you can get yourself in a pickle if you don't follow the directions that are on the can of whatever you're using. I have been a little bit rebellious on, temperatures where I can paint outside.
Yeah.
Just sometimes based on space in the shop or seasonal changes. It's just really here where we live, you just really can't take any chances. So.
Yeah, Sandy, I know. I can't believe it. The cold front's coming in.
Actually, when I was talking to Christina, I did notice yesterday, DIY Mummy, she took a picture on Monday of snow out her door, and I was sending her my condolences of the snow she had because we didn't have any here yet, but I did see that it's coming. We're definitely going to get some colder weather in the next 3 or 4 days, I think. So, thanks, Megan. I'll give you a shout now that we have international calling. Megan from Glue Guns and Roses and I had an almost $200 phone conversation one time because we didn't know that Megan didn't have international calling. So, it's, now we can call. So we're going to be starting tomorrow doing the bedroom space. We're going to hopefully get some color into that space because I know we have a lot of white going on in the camper right now, but we definitely need to have some other things going on in there to brighten up the space and create that bohemian style look that we're looking for. And then Philip's going to tackle some of the stuff in the bedroom space, or in the bathroom space, rather. Yeah. So we need to paint the vanity in there. So if you want to suggest what color you think the vanity in the bathroom should be, I don't want to do a green because I have the green in the kitchen space. So if you have a suggestion out of sort of the color palette that I'm using in the camper, what you think I should do to the vanity. And then I'm also going to be doing something to bring a little bit of dimension into the space. Definitely. So let me know what you think I should do to the actual vanity on the bottom part. It's so small in there, so we need to keep that space still looking bright and spacious, although that's the least word to describe the bathroom space because it's not spacious. We don't even have the toilet in there right now, and it's so tiny.
I'm thinking about hooking the toilet up tomorrow, though, just so I can kind of see what I'm working with. Thanks, Denise. Van Dam.
You see it? Oh. I'm trying to read them all so we don't miss it.
Gun Lewinsky.
Aw. Gun Lewinsky. Yes. What did you guys think of the video with our pup doing his little video? We thought it was super cute. We had a lot of fun making it. More white on the vanity. Oh, thank you, Linda Lacey. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Linda Lacey.
Thank you for the super chat. That golden color yellow. Yeah, I promised Dayton that I would bring some yellow into the camper, but I haven't really done that yet, other than that I picked up some yellow fabric. So definitely need to get some yellow in the camper somewhere. And actually, Philip loves the color yellow, so he's not in disagreement that we need some yellow in the camper.
No, I think yellow is a beautiful color that brightens up everyone's day. You can't get enough yellow.
Lucy's asking if we're going to do some shades in the windows of the camper. Yes, I really want to do shades rather than curtains, but I might do a little bit of a curtain in the kitchen space just for like decor purposes, I think. But we definitely want shades so that we can block out the sunlight, because there's nothing worse than waking up in the morning and it just like beaming in and you not having any darkness if you want it in the morning. Our boys are not like super early risers, so they're not kids that wake up, when the sun pops up or anything. So it would be nice to have a few days, especially if you're on vacation, to sleep in a little bit and not have that.
Maritza lives where it never snows.
It never snows?
I want to go where she lives.
Phil's coming to move in.
Yeah.
He's done with the snow.
Good night, Laura. Mustard in the bathroom? Yes.
Some of the people go by Fahrenheit. Oh, yeah.
And yeah, true. Celsius.
Yeah. Yellow's your favorite color. So I'm actually... Can I tell them the porch idea?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. We
are going to do the screened-in porch because it is a spot that Philip and I sit all the time. And we priced out the budget to do the front screened-in porch, and it's not going to be terrible to do it. And so we really think it's going to be a nice spot for us to be able to continue having our morning tea and our evening chats. Usually when the kids go to bed, when it's warmer weather, Philip and I will sit out there on our little think couch
and we do bring a lot of our plants from inside and we put them outside. And that'll keep the birds from knocking them over constantly all summer long. So
the problem that we have with the front porch, we have a couple of issues. Sitting out there in the evening is nothing but mosquitoes. And so we have the most amazing time sitting out there relaxing, but then you have to come in because you're getting eaten alive. So I really have wanted to screen in that porch for so long.
Thanks, Kayla. Yeah, no, front porch for sure. We're excited.
Yeah. And so I think that's awesome. And we already kind of have the roof and the main post. So I kind of need to build off of what's already there. And the porch needs to be recarpeted or refloored in some way since the day we moved in. We've power washed it and tried to make it look better for a long time, not wanting to spend the budget of anything exterior when we were working on interior projects over the past few years. We were working so much, we haven't really done a whole lot really to our space since we moved in. So we really want to get to do that space. But I was thinking, since the exterior of the house is all white, the outer frame of the porch and area needs to be white. Like yes. The posts need to be white.
They need to be
Otherwise,
fresh white.
It's going to stand out and it's just going to look like an addition that shouldn't be there. So I think it just needs to be white. But I am thinking that vintage couch that I picked up at the auction for $10, that golden mustard yellow couch, could easily go on the front porch because it's very, very narrow. It is long, but we need something a little more narrow than the bench that's out there, just so that we have room for like your actual legs to go in to be able to walk to the door. So I was thinking that if we have the yellow couch out there, I might do a nice bright yellow screen door on the white screen-in porch area. So let me know what you think of that, because I think we have, night Susan, we have a pretty plain white house on the outside, and when the shutters are not blue anymore and now we have the black roof, I think a really gorgeous vintage yellow colored front door with the black hardware would be really cute. So yeah, let me know what you think of the yellow.
Yeah. Hi, Paula from Sydney, Australia.
Aw. Yeah, so I'm looking at possibly doing that. So we don't have snow in Florida.
K. Smith. Once when I was back as a young lad, I went to Florida.
As a young lad.
Yeah, I went to Daytona Beach for March break, and the day we showed up in Daytona Beach, it was snowing. And I was like, what is going on? But it was just a freak snow because the rest of the time it was too hot to handle. But it was funny because everyone always tells me it doesn't snow in Florida, but it was snowing when I was there. So
yeah,
that's funny.
Lynn said what would happen to the yellow couch in the winter. So what we were thinking of doing was being able to make the screen-in porch actually be able to close off for the winter. Usually here, it's a good idea to put that thick, clear plastic over any window spaces that are, on the front corner of the house here. And so we would have the inserts to put the thick plastics in for the winter. And so we wouldn't have to worry about anything that was out there. It could be out there all 4 seasons. We have to do that anyways to cover our front windows in the winter. So it's just something we would do differently in the screen-in porch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe we can stay out there a little bit longer because it
Yeah.
might act as a little greenhouse, maybe
Yeah.
keep it a little warmer, and and then
we
can
get the really nice sunlight. What south is it? South. See.
east morning sun.
Yeah.
So we get sun all morning facing that, and then it
It's great for
actually
plants.
kind of creeps around the backside because our house is kind of kitty corner east-west. So we get it in the morning, all morning, and then it goes kind of over the house, and then we get it from in midsummer. We get it from 2 till sundown.
We also
It's
have
nice.
the beautiful white hydrangeas out front, which I thought would look really pretty with the yellow. And we always plant sunflowers in the back. The kids have like growing competitions with each other of who can grow bigger sunflowers. And so I thought it would just really tie it all in and it would look nice and cheery. And yeah, against the White House, I think the yellow would look really nice. What happened to Philip's tummy?
Yeah, it's still there. Some of it fell out, but most of it is still there.
Yeah.
We use up most of our veggies. What we don't eat, my mom and my dad come and raid our garden every weekend, and so if we don't go out there and pick what we want, for sure they come and get it, and they make an amazing salsa, and they come and they can it and they give it to everybody, and we get a whole bunch of delicious salsa from it. And yeah, so a lot of it gets canned, but it gets canned as salsa.
Elaine says, what do I think about a quilted table? So interior camper, I think we're looking at doing something maybe live edge if we can get the right piece. And if we don't do live edge right away, we might have to do something else until we can find the right piece because we're going to definitely need to have a table in there. But I am thinking about doing some type of a quilted tabletop to do a narrow coffee table style table to be able to put on the porch with that beautiful yellow couch. So yeah, I will be doing a quilted tabletop coming up soon for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with something like that design behind my head as a tabletop. That would look amazing, even in the camper. It might, you might have to change the bathroom doors if that was the case, because then it would be too much quilted wood top. I don't know.
Okay, vote in the comment section if you like the colors of the bathroom door that I did in the camper, or if you think I should whitewash it so that it's all white. I keep staring at it thinking that maybe it's a little bit too bright for the overall feel of what's going to happen in the camper. So I'm like really tempted to just like do this with the white paint. But he's stopping me because he thinks I might regret it if I roll it white because then I won't really be able to go back. So let me know what you think. But I definitely want to have something that's like wood quilt in the camper. I feel like with the rust and the green and the white, it might be a little bit too bold at the end of the hallway in the camper because the camper's not that big. So, yeah. Derry says no. Are you having any cravings still? Keep the colors.
I'm always having cravings.
Okay.
Always.
Making some, so I'm going to do some type of patterns on the cushion. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but, I just drew on myself with a marker. Yes, whitewash, seamless, white color. Okay, I'm going to have to look at all your votes later so I can see.
I think a whitewash, it would look absolutely amazing, and then it would kind of, I think the issue was the copper kind of turned out when it was too much, it was too orange, and it's kind of stands out a little more than what we maybe wanted it to.
The rust paint color that I used for that, once it was dry, when it was going on, it was like the right color, and then once it dried really orange and a little less rust. So it's kind of like one of those things. Wendy Pierce says, wait till the cushions and the bedroom curtains and stuff are done and then see what I think. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting because I think once I roll it, I can't go back, but yeah, leave it or else. Vintage Vibe says, no, leave it or else. Leave it alone or else. Go bold, go home. Yeah, it's just, I keep staring at it thinking like something's not quite right with it, but that's typical for me. I do that with lots of projects, such as this dining room that we're sitting in. If you missed our last live, I was talking about how I don't love the black in the dining room. Now that we've been living with it for a little while, I just want to roll over it and paint it something else because I'm not loving the black of the wall. So I'm questioning a few little details that we're doing in here, but I'm reading all the We got like 50-50 split.
Yeah.
The door in the bathroom didn't really get any heavier, really adding the 1/4-inch plywood.
It's a solid door, so
Yeah.
already it was super heavy anyways.
Yeah.
It didn't really add too much more weight. It's a solid door with a heavy mirror in it. So
Yeah. That door is actually really heavy. Of all the things that are in the camper, it could be the heaviest thing.
Yeah.
And we took out so much of the upper cabinetry that I'm not overly worried about adding a couple pieces of 1/4-inch plywood. So, yeah. I'm trying to read all the questions. Yes, wait. We're like 50-50 mixed. It's okay. Hi, Tan Mystery Man. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so I really want to get to that platform tomorrow and getting the rest of the stuff out of the bedroom space. I want to start working on the headboard space that's going to be in there and what's going to be actually on the walls in there.
And I'm so excited to get to the wallpaper. I've been waiting days to just get back at that. And, I've got my lucky scraper.
Yeah.
I sharpened it, so it's really sharp. I'm ready to go, really.
Right?
Yeah, right?
And then I want to start working on some of the items that we're going to be putting into the camper to add some storage because we did remove a lot of the storage. And I have some ideas on how I'm going to get some very specific storage areas back in that I know that we're going to want. I know the kids have already claimed a couple of the upper cabinets to have certain things in that they want to bring in the camper. And we obviously need to have some storage spots for like all of our clothes and the bedding and everything all to go, as well as a lot of items that are going to be in the kitchen. So I need to get working on some of those items that I need to actually build to get into the camper. So I want to tackle some of the painting and getting some of the bedroom space kind of worked on while you're working on the bathroom so that I can be working on building some of those additions that we need to put in it kind of on the days where we have some nicer weather, because I think we're in for some colder weather.
Yeah.
I'm in denial.
Yeah, me too. After the last couple of days, it can't come.
Yeah. Eileen says cut the corner off of the bed. There's not really a corner there, Eileen. They've already angled that corner of the bed, so there really isn't anything sticking out to hit your knee on or anything. It's flat.
It angles and then it goes right to the wall.
Yeah.
And that part lifts up for the storage, and then on that angle underneath is another door to go for the storage underneath.
Wendy Pierce says she bets you sleep with a scraper in your hand all ready to jump in a bed and start.
Oh, I'm ready to go. Yeah. I sleepwalk over there and get some going when I'm sleeping. It's
so for the past couple of
my
weeks,
favorite.
We've been looking for the scrapers because we have one that he's been using, and I know we own a whole bunch of them, and I had to buy one when we ordered from Home Hardware last time because couldn't find any of our scrapers. Well, Chase and I cleaned the whole art room today while Philip was editing today's video, and I found a couple of the scrapers.
Oh, great. Yay. Yay. I hope you put them in the safe spot so they don't go missing by tomorrow.
So, yeah, we now have some extra scrapers, which might mean that I have to help scrape wallpaper now that we have
we'll both be
one.
going, what day is it?
Michelle, we do plan on coming to the U.S. for sure.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, I need to get some passports for the kids and I, and then we'll definitely be doing some trips into the U.S. for sure. Some
of my favorite spots are in the U.S., and I want to take the kids to some of the spots that I've been on my travels. And, Colorado, there's a couple really, really nice spots I would love to take Elish and the boys. But a lot of places. Texas, we want to go. We want to go down south. We want to do the whole East Coast south, down into Florida, and then we want to go do the West Coast, Washington, and then down into California. Mm-hmm. We want to do the desert. Yeah, there's so much in the U.S. that we want to do. So for sure, we definitely want to go into the U.S.
That's awesome, Nicole. I'm glad to hear. She said, I gave her the courage to try upholstery. Give it a try. Give it a try. Yes, we definitely want to go to Texas. Eileen's blowing kisses for Texas. We really already wanted to go to Texas, but now our merch is launching soon. I'm hoping we get the word this week or next week that our site is live. We're waiting on Bunker Branding. They're just getting everything ready for us. But Bunker Branding headquarters is in Texas, and so I really want to go and be able to actually see where all of our apparel merch and everything is being made. We're so, so excited that it's coming soon. You guys might actually be able to get it at the same time that we can order our first items because they're still working on our site. So as soon as it's live, we're not going to wait. We're going to launch it for you guys we'll be waiting for our orders to come in probably at the same time. So we're so excited. We have 27 merch orders coming from Bunker Branding.
Yeah.
Which we helped design, and we even had the kids design all the stuff that's for kids and youth. We have we have some really exciting pieces coming, which we're excited about.
Yeah, so many good places. Missouri, absolutely. Georgia, absolutely. California, we want to hit all the beautiful spots. New York City, New York, absolutely. I don't think we'd be able to take the camper into New York. We'd be fighting with all the taxi cabs trying to get around, but we would have to park somewhere else and then travel into New York. But yeah, for sure. New York is not far from where we live because we're so South Ontario. It's only 8 hours away from us. So that's definitely on the short list is when we want to go down the East Coast line of US, we want to go into New York, see what New York has, and then head straight down and hit all the states all the way down.
The first trip that we're going to take, we are going to stay within Canada and just do at least a week or two of our trip here so that we can test out everything with the camper and make sure that everything's working great and then we don't have any technical issues before we start. Yes, Wendy, we're coming to visit. We talk about it regularly.
Absolutely, Wendy.
We got off the chat last time and he's like, when are we going to see Ben? So when are we going to see Wendy?
Yeah.
We definitely, there's a lot of places that we want to hit. So we just want to test out and do like a quick trip in Canada, make sure that everything's okay with the camper before we take it across border or to do any further traveling where, if we happen to get stuck, we kind of know how to navigate ourselves a little bit. But we definitely are going to be doing a lot of trips with our camper, which is super exciting.
So Gina has a good question, and then Paula has a really good question.
Did you have to buy merch in advance, or do they make them custom? And I think there was another one I was just missing to here. So what we did, Gina, was we contacted Bunker Branding, and we let them know that we had X amount of designs that we wanted to start. So our number was actually 26, and then we added a 27th because we couldn't help ourselves. And what you do is you have to pay Bunker Branding to be able to start the website for you. So that's a fee. And then you also have to pay per item that you want to launch. So we had 27 items, so we have to pay a certain amount of money per item to be able to launch the SKU number for those items. They create a separate page for each of the items on the website. And then we don't actually have to buy it in bulk. They're going to do all of the shipping and filling all of the orders for us, which is amazing because they can actually ship worldwide a lot cheaper than we can ship if we were sending it from Canada to our YouTube family. So that was one of the reasons why we chose Bunker Branding, was because not only did we hear they had like amazing, like raving reviews on the quality of their screen printing that they're doing, silk screening on the shirts and hoodies and everything that they do for apparel. They have top-notch quality, but also they were able to ship internationally, and we didn't want to leave any of our YouTube family out. There's nothing worse, even just us living in Canada. You go to order something and they're like, no, we don't ship to Canada. Well, that sucks when there's something that you really want. So we really wanted to make sure it could ship worldwide. And we didn't really want to have a ton of merch here. We don't have a lot of space. As you guys kind of see where we're working. We don't have room to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items on hand. And we don't have the time also to make all of the apparel ourselves. We don't do silk screening or anything. So we want to have a really good quality item. And then we also wanted to make sure that they were available in pretty much any size. So we have super, super small to a larger diversity of sizes. So it would be really hard for us to keep that many on hand, right?
Yeah. So, and the sizes are like from extra small all the way up to, I think, triple X, maybe even quad X on some of the stuff. So there's a huge range of sizes, and there's tons of different designs that we design too. So
we had a friend of ours who does a lot of designing put together a lot of our visions that we had, and then we also have the graphic designer at Bunker Branding doing a design or two for us to make sure that that was perfect as well on that end. So we are really, really excited, and we're proud of the designs we're putting out. We think you guys are going to love them. We listened to a lot of your suggestions, and our boys designed all of the stuff that we have for youth and kids.
Yeah.
And
picked the apparel that the stuff is going on as well. So, and even the kids were involved in the designs that me and Alicia and I were doing as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty exciting. We're just right now just waiting for the green light from Bunker Branding. We haven't seen the site yet ourselves. They're building everything right now. They said it would probably take them like 2 or 3 weeks, and that was about a week and a half ago. So we're looking at hearing from them anytime. And then also right now, a lot of you have been asking about like paintbrushes and some of the items that were being shipped from my Etsy shop. All of those right now have been put on hold just due to the world issues. I think it's safest that we're home and that our YouTube family's home and not going to, P.O. boxes and shipping places to pick up orders, and for me going places to send them and to get the supplies and stuff. So all of those things that you're looking for will all be relaunched, and I'll let you guys know when that happens as soon as shipping can resume. And then I also have some new items that are going to be on the merch shop that we're adding when that can happen too, that I'm working on behind the scenes, which a couple of them I'm like super excited about. I think you guys are going to absolutely love them, so I'm pretty excited.
So Robin Leisha 89, is it unisex fitting? Some stuff is unisex fitting, but there are designs that are in just women's t-shirts and clothing, and there's some designs that are in like a all-around unisex size fitting that would fit men or women.
So we have quite a few we have maybe a selection of like 3 designs that are, I would say, pretty much strictly like a women's t-shirt style.
Like, I
just
wouldn't
from the
say,
sizes that are available, not necessarily a women's shirt, but just based on sizes that are available. And then we have such a wide range of items that I think that it could fit anyone. So you'll see when they come out. It's hard. We don't really have any sneak peek photos to show you guys yet, because a lot of the visuals that we have that we drew out were that like rough sketch idea that the designers were putting together for us. So we don't have anything back yet. We're basically just waiting for the site to be built so it can all be visual, and then we'll be able to show you guys like right away. And then we also don't have the exact numbers for price points, because I know a lot of people were saying they wanted to save up and make sure they'd have enough money for a t-shirt or a hoodie or something. So we made sure, because we were able to help with some of the price points, we've made sure we don't know the exact cents. That's why I can't really share it with you yet. But we made sure that everything that was on there was in a budget that we felt was reasonable, because they're making all of the stuff for us. But the items that we picked, I think, are really good. So just, you guys can kind of give us feedback when all of that comes to place. But
the boys have definitely been to Niagara Falls a few times. That we like Niagara Falls. It's about 3.5 hours away from where we are. And there's lots of things that we like to do there. There's a butterfly exhibit there.
Oh, that was so pretty.
You go in and the butterflies are literally everywhere.
It's a conservatory. It's amazing.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And they come and they land on the kids, and it's a cool place. So yeah, like, we love Niagara Falls.
Yeah. Gina is saying, please tell us what some of the items are that are going to be available. So we have t-shirts in a bunch of different styles and designs. There's lots of different color options, which we got to pick all the colors and styles of everything. We also have hoodies, we have hats, we have kids and youth merch. We also have our pups. We have one design that's with our pups, so we're excited about that one. I think it's super cute. Yeah, we have a bunch of different varieties. And then we can see, we're calling this like our soft launch, or this is what Philip's calling it, our soft launch, where we can just kind of test and see what you guys think of the merch, and then we can add items as we go. We just have to pay per SKU what we put on. So we want to see and feel out and see how the merch does, see how you guys like the design, see what you guys are still asking for, and then we can add items as we go. And so we're planning on doing another batch of new items about late August, so that we can have some new fresh stuff for fall, winter, Christmas kind of idea. But we definitely will have a bunch, like we have 27 options to start. So it's not really like a very soft launch, but we couldn't help ourselves. We definitely have What Day Is It shirts coming. And we have like 4 or 5 different designs of the What Day Is It. So yeah, I know a lot of you are waiting for the What Day Is It shirt.
Yeah.
As are we. Every day we go to put like hoodies and stuff on that we already own. And I'm like, oh, this just isn't what I want. Like, I want our stuff we've designed now. Nothing that we own is good enough. We just want what we've put together.
Yeah, so. We're so proud of the designs that we actually did, and they turned out so nice. As we're excited to see and wear what we have made. So we're just as excited. We can't wait.
Yeah. Barry says, will our letter size also have a number size? Yeah, I think Bunker Branding has a sizing chart that they have everything on there, and it's written in a bunch of different ways for you to be able to compare it to how you would see sizes where you are, Barry. They're a pretty awesome site. And if you have any questions, then you can just send a message through there, and they answer. Their customer service is amazing, which is another reason why we wanted to choose Bunker Branding. But Wendy Pierce is about 30 hours to You're about 30 hours to Niagara Falls? 30 hours from on a plane? Are you 30 hours on a plane, Wendy, from Niagara Falls?
She used to be, not that far.
She used to be. We should consider selling collars for dogs as part of your merch. Linda Lacey, I don't know. I have to hear what you guys think, but I've been toying with the idea of having a line of pet products that I sell on the Etsy shop that would all be handmade. So I'm toying with the idea. I have to know that there's like some kind of a demand for it, because it would take me a lot of time to design and implement and put out the designs of what I want to do, but it would all be custom stuff. So yeah, I'll have to lay it out there for our YouTube family and see if it's something that you guys would want.
Yeah, the YouTube channel is definitely on the merch, on some of the merch. It won't be on all of the merch, but it is on some of the merch. But all of the merch relates to our YouTube channel. There isn't anything that you guys, our YouTube family, won't know or get.
Yeah. All of the merches, the options and things that are in relation to our channel. So you guys there won't be anything that you'd be like, what does that mean? Like if you watch our channel, you know what all the sayings are and what all of the things are that we're looking for. So we definitely have Alicia English shirts. We have What Day Is It shirts. We have We Rise by Lifting Others. We have Creating a Life I Love. We have all of the staples that you guys would be looking for sure, and all of our merch options. And I'm really, really excited about the color choices that we had, and that we were able to get the colors that we were really looking for our branding, for our merch, which is exciting. Yeah. Yes, pet products. Okay. My boyfriend and I are renovating, and we love watching you guys for inspiration. Thanks, Natalie.
Thanks,
hello, Natalie and boyfriend. You would do a cat. Yeah, I would do dog and cat pet products for sure. Wouldn't just be dog products. Yes, What Day Is It? PJs and pet stuff. So Rob, I think we're going to name our camper Day Chaser. So that's not the surprise. But right now, our name that's in the running for the camper is Day Chaser. That's our number one in the running for sure.
That's my ultimate favorite so far that I've heard, and I love it. It'd be tough to get my mind off of it now, but if you have suggestions, leave them down in the comments. But
so far, we're leaning on Day Chaser because it goes with our son Dayton, our son Chase, and then our pup's name with the at the end. So yeah, it's well, I'm trying not to say his name so we don't get demonetized again. So we're living in our PJs a lot too, Gina. Gina says, I'm trying to read what Glenda says that they're living in their pajamas. Every morning I'm like, do you want to the kids, do you want to at least put on fresh pajamas today? Because neither one of them want to get into like everyday clothing, but we're just home, so can't really blame them. They just want to be in comfies. Keep on and camp on. Oh, that's cute. Keep calm and camp on. I think the keep calm shirts are actually copyright, so we can't do keep calm and camp on, but that's super cute idea. Yeah. I know there's a lot of sayings that are things that people say all the time that you might see on shirts often, but there are a lot of things that are surprisingly already been copywritten by things. So we were really lucky that all of the phrases and stuff that we kind of wanted, nothing like that is not legal for us to use.
We don't want to get sued over a few shirts.
No.
That's not a fun time.
Didn't even put her name. I didn't even put your boys' names into your name. Oh, that's okay. So I think we should probably get the kids to. Yeah. We should probably get our boys to bed because they're still awake at 10:45. Not that they have school like super early in the morning tomorrow, but they need to get off to bed. And we're going to get some rest ourselves. We've got another video to film for you guys tomorrow. We have another full day of camper renovations.
I think a fun day because we're going to be working in the bathroom, like we said earlier, and in the bedroom. So
that's super exciting. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting into those spaces. We've kind of been neglecting them because you kind of need a little bit of room to like work around in the camper. So it's kind of like, oh, Cheryl Russ, because of what our dog's name is, when we've said it on the live, our last live got demonetized by YouTube and we had to put it for review so that we could actually have our channel monetized, our video monetized.
We had to appeal it.
We had to appeal it because they heard us saying his name, which I think they flagged the word of the first 3 letters of his name, which is against policy on YouTube to talk about those items. So because of what his name is, I think the system just automatically flagged it, and then we had to have a human review it in order for us to be put back for that. Pain in the butt, but that's all right.
Janie, we will check out that link for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much to everyone who's been like sending us messages, sending us letters and stuff in the mail, sending emails, Instagram messages. Like, we appreciate all of the communication that you guys and like love and support you guys send us. They always make us smile. We love that you guys think of us and our family. And we really can't thank you guys enough for the support. Like, coming and chatting with us on your Tuesday nights. I was going to say, what day is it? Yeah. On your Tuesday nights, hanging out to chat with us. Like, it means so much to us.
Doing these, like, random chats online, live chats online, they're so fun to do. And they're so fun to being able to talk to you guys and get to know you guys a little bit more on a personal level. And it's been nothing but amazing. So we thank you guys for showing up and spending this time with us, because we do. We love you guys, and you inspire us to keep on creating and keep on going. And yeah,
we see your names come up like time and time again, and we start to learn like where you guys are from and where, you know, who you guys are. And when you guys send us messages and friend requests and stuff, like it's such this amazing sense of community that we built with our channel that we had no idea when we started a channel that this is what our channel would become. So we're so thankful. And it's because of our amazing YouTube family. You know, which is why at the end of the videos, people say, like, why do you do this? I love you, Symbol. Well, like, we appreciate all of you. Like, you guys support our family and cheer us on the other end. And we know that we're just surrounded by nothing but love, positivity, and support, which is like the best feeling ever.
Most of you have been following us and know our journey and know our story and know that you guys mean so much to us, because you guys have helped us get through some of the hardest times that we've ever had. So
we always say on our channel, we rise by lifting others, and you guys rise us up, and we hope that we do the same for you guys. So that's, as we're on this end, like trying to create a life that we love, you guys are making that possible for us, and by cheering us on and rising us up, it means the world to us. So thank you guys so much. We will see you guys on tomorrow's video.
Everyone have the best night
ever.
Yes.
Positive thoughts. Stay safe. We love you.
We love you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Good night, guys.